Skip It is a service for consumers that allows them to skip those very same ads that actually we're serving through the SpotXchange marketplace. Skip It is, the way it works is if you are a consumer and you go to a Skip It partner of ours, a publisher partner, you'll see an icon on the ad that says, do you want to skip this ad? If you're a member of Skip It, you can just click the icon and you skip right over the ad. The nice thing is, though, that the advertiser, when that ad gets skipped, the advertiser doesn't pay for the impression, yet the publisher still gets paid as if the impression played. In fact, they get paid a little bit more than what the value of the impression was. The reason why the advertiser doesn't have to pay and the publisher still gets paid is because the consumer actually ends up paying on a per skip basis. The consumers out there, they're sending a pretty loud and clear signal out there today with some of their unhappiness with being forced to watch a pre-roll ad. You know, in the SpotXchange marketplace, we see anywhere between 10 to 40% abandonment rate. That's where, you know, a person goes to, you know, click to play a game or play a video, and they get that video ad, and they just close their browser or back out. So, you know, seeing that, we actually, you know, thought it'd be a good idea to actually provide the option for users to be able to skip ads. But the only way we thought it would really work out and work out fairly for everyone in the ecosystem was if there was some cost. And today that cost is a per skip fee of 10 cents per skip. However, in the next 30 days we'll be releasing a new offer wall program that will allow consumers to actually earn skips by engaging either with the advertiser's brands or the publisher's brands. And the way that would work is, let's say an advertiser wanted likes on Facebook or wanted to encourage people to buy their product or service. If the consumer actually engaged with that brand via Skip It, the advertiser would pay in the form of free skips to the user that they could, again, use at any point in the future. Our main goal for launching Skip It out of the gates was not to completely destroy our existing business with SpotXchange, right? We have, you know, where do we make our money? We make our money on the buy side with advertisers and on the supply side with publishers. Of course, you know, the publishers with Skip It, they love it. You know, it provides, you know, the ability to provide choice to consumers, yet the ability still to make, you know, obviously revenue. So that's good for them. For the advertisers, obviously, it was a little dicier of a conversation, but actually every single conversation has been fantastic. In any given month, we probably have 500 plus brands actually advertising in the SpotXchange marketplace. We auction off over 150 million video ad slots every day in 60 different countries. So again, our concern was, okay, let's make sure we build this in a way that actually helps these advertisers. 10 to 40% of the people out there would like probably the option to just go ahead and skip over the ad. But that doesn't necessarily mean that 100% of the time they're going to skip the ad. And that's the point with the cost. There has to be some value transfer back to the publisher and back to the advertiser. And so when you add the cost, the amount of skipping, the percentage of skipping actually does drop off. So if you're familiar, most people are with YouTube and the ability to skip ads. It's a free service, so it pops up, you know, within 5 seconds of the ad running. So it gives you 5 seconds to experience the ad, and then you have the option to skip the ad. Well, the publicly stated rates of skipping on YouTube is 80%. You know, why wouldn't you if it's free? But I think from a consumer standpoint, if you really have to think hard of, do I want to use this 10 cents or use this free credit that I've earned to skip this ad, I think it makes the consumer make a harder decision, if you will. And so that's exactly what we've seen. We haven't publicly disclosed our skip rate numbers yet, and we have signed thousands of users. They are lower than what you would see on YouTube, but they're definitely fairly high. But again, that's for the percentage of people that sign up. instead of viewing Skip It as a threat, I think agencies are really looking at it as another incentive for them, for their need to innovate, right? So the industry is just getting big enough now, I think, where they can actually start to not just take the TV commercial and put it online. I think with companies like Innovid and interactive ad servers out there, they can create maybe shorter commercials, maybe something that's more interactive and engaging. And if that's the influence of Skip It, then I think we've done our job. It's we're really excited about it. Beyond that, obviously, for SpotXchange, we see a giant movement towards programmatic buying. Where you can take a lot of the processes that today are mundane and tedious, the passing of Excel spreadsheets and IOs and changing, having change orders, etc., and getting all the emails you get about a campaign. If you can automate a lot of that and allow the buy side and the supply side to create more efficiencies, and then really focus on creating good solutions for either side, for the advertisers ultimately and the publishers, I think that's the big trend we're seeing as well. And Skip It fits right in with that as well, because being able to react and take in the data related to who skips, why do they skip, and maybe I can do some creative optimization or creative targeting based on knowing that. So I think it's really early right now in the online video ad industry, and again, it's just getting big enough now where people can start investing in a lot of these new technologies and techniques.